Hello, everyone. This is Angelo. Been homeless in, well, I was going to say Northern Virginia and Los Angeles for 2 weeks now. Northern Virginia before that for 6 months. Came off my actually now second day working. I'm going to title this video something like my first day working on a 12-hour film shoot. And it was great. I loved it. I love working on set. It's, always challenging, and, there's always like 10 things going on at once, even on a very small production. And this was not like a very small production, not a massive production, but it's got a considerable size. I was very fortunate to get the job. Again, I told the story before, but what happened was I was applying for a bunch of jobs and on Craigslist, and this one I actually got a call back on it, and somebody called me and said, okay, we got a ton of applicants, but email me your info because you're in the running, and email me again, like follow up with me again, and then if I get to you tomorrow, like, you'll be hired, or if I hire you, I'll call you tomorrow. Well, the next day I waited, he didn't call me, but the day after that I thought, well, this guy somehow, got a considerable budget together to make this film, and has what he sounds like with the way he talked, a considerable background in film himself. So I emailed him and said, hey, I'm Angelo. I'm the YouTube filmmaker from Virginia who applied to work on your film. Would you like to meet for lunch sometime? I'd like to ask you about what you do, and if you want to know anything about the YouTube world and social media, I'll answer any questions about that. Well, he called me like 10 minutes later and said that was the right thing to do. And so the day he hired me, not the day he hired me, the day that I applied to work on the shoot was tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow. So instead of just hiring me for tomorrow, he hired me 2 days ago, and then they kept me on for today, and they're going to keep me on for tomorrow too. So that's really great. If it didn't work out, I would have just kept looking, and I'm still like checking. Even after the shoot today, I went to a cafe. I need to charge my laptop. I barely been able to charge it the last 2 days, so I've been draining the battery, writing. Every day I'm determined to write and shoot a video, and I still got to do stuff. I didn't even exercise today. I want to read that book about the last temptation of Christ, Hollywood Under Siege, and an amazing story of how this got made. And I love reading it because it's like, oh, I know my part in film history when I know more of what film history is. Like, I know better where I am and where I'm coming from, what came before me. And I love Scorsese's films, obviously. Actually, it always bothers me when people say obviously, because it feels too much like something people always say when there's no reason to say it. So, oops. So I'm going to read some of that tonight. I'm going to try and exercise tomorrow. Actually, I should be able to. It's actually kind of cold out here. I'm in Burbank, and it's generally been kind of cool here, which I like. I actually woke up, like, I think the last 2 nights, 2 nights, and had to put on my sleeping bag in my car because it was getting so cold. Not like freezing cold, just cold. It's actually cold right now. I could have put a jacket on if I wanted. But anyways, so if I didn't get that job, it would have just been like, hey, just try something else. As it is, every shoot is a great opportunity to get to know people, to get to know everybody. Make sure you follow up with everybody, contact them, let them know what you do, ask what they do. Because people, especially around here, have such storied backgrounds about what they do. Anybody else on the set other than the person who initially I was in contact with didn't necessarily know what I do on YouTube. And so many other people I'm learning, what they've done. And I'm not putting people's business out there because this is, separate from YouTube. I'm just giving the idea for what I want to put on YouTube is just the idea that, hey, it's good. I'll just take it as it is. if something doesn't work out about it, and I'm not assuming that, I'm just saying, like, you know, you just take whatever happens. So I'm not even gonna even think about that route. For now, it's, you know, I'm very glad to be doing the work. I love doing it. I love being on set and learning and just learning how to work around a set and how to navigate it. I've worked on, you know, plenty of smaller productions and stuff, and it's always, in a way, they're all the same. Like, in a way, every production is the same. You're limited by what people can do physically. Like, even when you have all kinds of machines and, you know, rigs and computers and stuff, there's still the problem of people need to get from here to there. There's only so much space, so much time, and money. And so, anyways, but like I said, I love it. And, you know, it's great to work with people who really want to be doing it too. So, you know, I had to make something for a video today, by the way. And this low light looks pretty good on my new phone, huh? So I was really glad to get this job, and I need to keep making it work into many jobs and also not quit. Think about it, I was working 12 hours today. It's so great to be doing this. I can't believe it. I'm still miserable about the bills and food and everything, and struggling to, you know, like, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm not even worried about figuring out how I'm gonna live, but or how I'm gonna get a room, but just paying for food. That's the worst thing. Even when I had a home, I mean, it's not like I was making a lot of money, obviously. So then I moved into my car because I could barely afford it. So I was always struggling for food and trying to make sure I'm eating healthy food. I always worry about my cholesterol and blood pressure. Blood pressure, I don't think I ever really had issues, but cholesterol, it went up, and I got it down with diet. So, you know, who knows where it is now. Got to get that. Make sure I'm eating healthy, and it sucks that I can't cook food, but whatever, just go along with it. Hey, good thing on set, eating free. That's a great thing about working on set. I'm so glad I'm doing it. I'm determined to make a certain amount of money per month, and I don't just need to make a lot of money. It doesn't, like, living in my car has shown me I can be perfectly comfortable and live sort of luxuriously, even though, like I said, it is, you know, frustrating, and there's been times when it's been really, you know, really miserable. But show me, like, I can, like, do well in a way, not do well financially, but just, like, be doing well, even just living in my car and not making much money. That's not the issue. Unfortunately, things just, and the credit card, that's the only thing that makes it possible. I still got to call my bank and explain to them, like, hey, can I get an interest payment reduction or something? Like, I'm still, you know, like, wondering how I'm going to pay that this month, and just barely avoiding hitting the limit on my credit card. So, you know, it's like, now it's just keep working. I don't even think about it like, is this good or bad necessarily? Like, it's great, but I, like, just do the work. That's it. And obviously it's been a long time coming, and again, who knows? Like, who knows what'll happen? But the important thing is, what I was getting at before, even being on set 12 hours a day, again, which was great. I loved it. I wanted to, like, think about it, I don't want to put YouTube on hold for that. Why would I do that? I don't just want to be a person who works on set all the time. It is great, but it's not all I want to do. I want to finance my own productions, make my own movies. I got to develop my screenwriting every day. I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't know how I'm gonna write anymore. And sure enough, I do. Even tonight, I only had like 30 minutes before the Starbucks closed that I went to, and so I wrote for like 10 or 15 minutes and got some stuff, and it felt like it's simplifying it even more. Still, just takes a lot. It's a little short film about, you know, homeless people and making their stories and lives funny and interesting and dramatic. And I'm thinking, you know, how can I produce this thing? And I still have no idea what it'll look like to actually live here. None of this feels real, by the way. It all feels unreal. But I'm in Los Angeles. Like I look at the map. The other night I was looking at the map, like Google Maps. I was looking at Los Angeles and then zooming out and looking at Virginia, and like, look, like I'm really all the way over here. But so much to keep track of, and there are still going to be hard times too, where things just seem to be disastrous and go bad, and it's really frustrating, and I'm making no progress. The good thing is there's always something to do. So like I said, even working 12 hours on set, and I want to make sure I'm not gaining weight and stuff and exercising, but making sure I'm making videos still, making sure I'm reading, writing scripts, and what was the other thing? I got to study Spanish too. I got to keep up with that. The good thing is there's a lot of Spanish language radio stations. That makes it easy around here. It's really good to hear it. It's almost better than reading it in a way. To just hear it, like you learn phrases by hearing it over and over. And keep it in contact with people around here, letting them know how I'm doing, asking how they're doing. That's all important. But this is great. Like, this is exactly what I came out here for. This is what I ended working at my job for. This is what I moved out of my home into my car for. It's it's what I decided, like, I don't want to do anything else. And I don't want any backup plan. I don't have any backup plan. This is all I want to do. So I want to still keep making the funny videos too. And, like, the fact that I was working 12 hours on set, that's not a reason for me to want to do fewer videos. That's a reason for me to want to do even more and even bigger videos and even bigger productions, and making them funny, and working with other entertainers and filmmakers and actors. So it's, I've only been here, what's today's date? The 18th. I got here May 3rd. So that's, like 2 weeks. Just 14 plus 3, 17. 2 weeks basically. So as tough as it can be, and has been and was, and it still will be. I know it will, because nothing changed. Like, I see, people who are multimillionaires many times over who get miserable over stuff. And because you're still limited by what people can do and what they have to do, no matter what. It's not like you get a bunch of money and computers and robots do everything. But I'm just glad, really grateful, glad. What the hell? I can't talk. That I'm getting work, and we'll see. Again, who knows? Who knows what can happen? I don't know. That's why I'm trying not to worry about it or think about it. Things change so quickly. The other day I was wondering, what am I going to do this month for money? How am I going to get work? And thank goodness, brought on one day of this shoot, and that's all I thought it would be, was one day, and now the second day and third day. And of course, I'm trying to follow up with everybody on the film, and let everyone know what I do and how I can help, and well, I guess that covers it. It's pretty cool out here. I love California, by the way, greatest state in the country, for all the problems of homelessness, of racism, of poverty, of discrimination, of sexism, of all kinds of hatred and bigotry. There are good people working on those problems as well. And transportation, oh my goodness, and greenhouse climate change, that's really, really scary. So good people have to get together to work on that in a concerted effort, in a similar way to how gas and oil companies work to make sure that politicians would not oppose them, would favor them. And obviously, I'm not saying in a bad faith way, the way gas and oil companies have, that people are concerned about the environment and preserving life on the planet. Obviously, it's not a cynical thing to influence politicians. Now it's very open, transparent, and saying we need to do this to preserve life and to make people's lives better, to treat disease, to get safe, affordable or free public transportation, medical care, all kinds of stuff. Good housing, good jobs, good workers' protections, good tenants' protections, good affordable housing, good housing practices, all kinds of stuff. I've always got an eye on it. That's why I'm saying, for me to even make a bunch of money, it means nothing. I don't need it. I can have everything I need very simply. Money would be great to finance stuff that I want to do, like making movies, but even that alone, it wouldn't be worth anything if I wasn't also using that money to my advantage, or to the advantage of others, to help others and to help causes I believe in, and to piss off people who don't like having those causes helped. Oh, it's so good to be petty and do something helpful at the same time. It's the ultimate win-win. So definitely, in a way, that's the only thing that makes it worth it, to make a lot of money. Otherwise, what's the point? It's not going to make me any better. I don't need it. It's not going to make me happy. So anyways, great to be working, and it's such a long time. I won't even say long time coming, because it's not, I haven't, I'm still working. I'm not like, I don't even want to say it, like, I don't need, I don't need to work anymore, or somehow that's it. It's done. No, not at all. Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying is, like, I didn't even want to say the words, but I had to say it, otherwise I'm going to keep stammering. So that's all really good, and I'm just going to keep working now. Got a lot to do, and in a way I want to keep filming and filming. Look at that background behind me. Oh, that should have been the thumbnail. I'll take a picture of that for the thumbnail. I took another one at the position I had, but I like this down the middle of the street, or parking lot. But I could keep filming now. Like, I want to be even more creative after working all day. I don't even feel tired after that. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned. Hey, tell Moist Andy to film Angelo's mom. And I'm trying to film with my mom, so we're working on that. We're going to figure out a way. You're going to see Angelo's mom. I haven't stopped. I'm not going to stop filming with her. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Hey, you want to see how a filmmaker works? Like, this is what it's like to see. I imagine if filmmakers before YouTube were able to do this, I like to think, like, they would have been doing the same thing. Making videos like this, making videos with their moms. I know Scorsese would have. He had his mom on Letterman with him, put her in his movies, made Italian American, the documentary about her and her dad, his dad. Anyways, everyone, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Bye.